You're okay. We've got you. Just breathe with me, okay? Just follow my rhythm. The anxiety doesn't know when to read the time. It doesn't know when it comes. It's just random. I promise I'm right here, just like Shoto is, okay? We've got you. For a long time, the dark was just a place where the memories were playing on loop. During those months when I was out of my own, before I came back to the UA, sleep wasn't really sleep. It was just a series of short breaks where I would wake up gasping, checking the perimeter, wondering if the silence was actually a warning. Even now as a pro, my brain doesn't always allow me to shut down or to actually sleep. I'm always half awake listening for a cry for help or a shift in the wind. But the only time the noise in my head actually stops is the only time when I can just truly sink to the mattress and just hold you along with Shoto. It's a habit we can't quite break. Heroes are trained to have alert minds on long patrols or during weeks. On the long missions, we learn to exist in that space between consciousness and exhaustion. You learn to hear the footsteps 3 floors down while your eyes are closed. It's a survival mechanism, though it makes the world feel very loud when you're trying to find peace. He's not wrong. You're wondering how we do it. How do we actually stay awake for so long without just breaking? We don't always handle it so well. It's complicated. There are nights back then during my vigilante months when the exhaustion was feeling like a physical weight, like I was drowning in my own skin. I would wake up from a nightmare and not know which city I was in for a few seconds. Sleep was just feeling like a trap. But now everything changed. That's why I understand the way the mind refuses to let go of the danger, even when the room is safe. But having you, it changed that. It changed everything. The silence isn't a warning, it's just a space where we just get to be ourselves. It's a matter of management. When the fatigue becomes too much, I use my cork to balance my internal temperature. A bit of warmth on the left to soothe the nerves, a touch of cold on the right to keep the mind sharp. It's a delicate balance. But the mental toll is different from the physical one. We learn to push ourselves through the exhaustion because the world didn't just move because we were tired. We became accustomed to the state of being, of half awake, always listening for the next shift in the air that was just always showing a threat. You are wondering how we manage? But the truth is, we manage because we have something to come home to. We chose you because you have a heart that understands the quiet parts of us. We didn't just want to find a partner. We wanted to find you. Midoriya is not wrong. We talked about this long before we ever told you about how neither of us wanted a world where we had to choose between the peace you bring and the strength the other provides. We wanted to share this life with you. We wanted a space where the 3 of us could just exist. Without the costumes, without the rankings, or the noise and the expectations. Shoto is not wrong of what he's saying right now. It's this peace that you bring to us every time we hold you. This peace that it feels like waking up after a very heavy storm and you see the sunshine on your face again after you've taken down countless of villains. Nothing else can replace this. Nothing else will ever replace how we actually feel when we are close to you. Because do you have any idea how many times I woke up in a cold sweat during those months alone. I used to count the seconds between the wind that was hitting against the window and the sound of my own heart. I thought I had forgotten how to actually sleep, not just resting, but truly letting go. For years I was just living in that half-awake state, always waiting for the next shoe to drop. But the first night you stayed over, the silence was just stopping. You're the only piece that matters. It's a strange kind of loneliness, being a weapon for the world. The training just makes you hyper aware of everything. The temperature of the room, the weight of the air, the distant sound of a siren. We were taught that being fully asleep was a vulnerability. But with you, the vigilance doesn't feel like a burden. It feels like a privilege, because it means I can spend my wakeful hours making sure you're safe, and my resting hours knowing you're right here. You think we make it look easy, don't you? The strength, the staying awake. It's not as easy as you think. We don't make it look easy. We still collapse. We just do it in shifts. The truth is, the exhaustion just becomes a sort of a background noise, like the hum of a refrigerator. You stop noticing it until the moment you finally hit a pillow and your brain realizes it and can stop fighting. But that's the scary part, isn't it? Letting go. Because I was terrified if I truly was sleeping, I would just lose the grip on everything I had to protect, which was you. I was afraid of falling asleep and not seeing you beside me anymore. Midoriya knows the alert mind is a tool, but it's a heavy one to carry alone. When we realized we both felt the same restlessness, the same inability to ever truly switch off, we found a strange kind of peace in each other. But when we found you, it wasn't just about a shared burden. It was about wanting something that it didn't involve a mission or a threat. We chose you because you're the missing piece of the quiet. Neither of us wanted to compete for your heart. We didn't want to divide your love. We wanted to share in the peace you create. We wanted a life where we could all just collapse together, knowing that for a few hours the world would just take care of itself. We chose to share you because you're the only person who looks at us and doesn't just see the heroes or the symbols. Everyone sees the symbol of peace or the prodigy, but you see the parts of us that are tired. You see the parts of us that are scared, and the dark ones too. We didn't just choose you because of the peace you give us. We chose you because you're the only place where we don't have to be the heroes. We just get to be Izuku and Shoto. But the only thing that truly matters now is this. The way you look when you're drifting off. The way you trust us with your quiet fears. It's really so precious, you know. We don't just want to protect you from the world. We want to protect the space we are building together. Whether it's just a bad day or a long, exhausting week, we want to be the place where the world stops demanding things from you. Since we've spent so much time training our minds to stay alert, let us show you how to do the opposite. Close your eyes and imagine the tension in your shoulders is just a heavy cloak you can simply just take away. You don't have to carry the weight of the day into the blankets. We want you to know that your only responsibility right now is to be left where it was a day of small wins or a week of endless noise. The moment you step into this room, the world demands just end. We want you to feel the happiness, the deep bone contentment, not just when things are going well, but as a constant, steady baseline in your life. That's right. Just listen to Shoto, okay? Just breathe in and out. Come on, I know you can do it. See? Isn't that better? Just follow my voice. Let the thoughts flow away like bubbles. Whenever they try to come back, just remember the weight of Shoto's hand and the warmth of mine. There you go. Isn't that better? We want to teach you how to let go. When you feel that tightening in your chest, I want you to imagine that you're handing that weight to us. Just picture yourself placing every worry into our hands, every ghost from the past. We are strong enough to hold them for you. You don't have to carry them alone, okay? Not even in your dreams. Feel the way we're holding you. That's the only reality that matters. Everything else is just noise. We are your silence. Just focus on the temperature of the room, the weight of the blankets, and the fact that we are not going anywhere. We chose this life with you because there is no version of a future that feels complete without you in the center of it. We don't want to share a home without you. We want to share every quiet moment, every midnight fear, and every peaceful slumber. Because you deserve it. I could spend a really long time trying to choose my favorite thing about you, but it's impossible. The way you tilt your head when you're thinking, the way you're so patient with us, even when we're too stubborn to ask for help. The way your heart is so impossibly understanding. It's a kind of sweetness I didn't think existed in the real world. We are so blessed to have you. I don't think I could ever let you go. Not in this lifetime or any other. I would fight every villain in the city and walk through fire just to make sure you never have to feel alone again. Isn't that right, Shoto? Go ahead, tell them. Tell them how they make you feel every single time. Okay, that is more than I could ever ask for. You did something to me that no one else ever could. The shadows of my past, of my father, and the weight of my lineage was feeling like a cage I was born into. I thought the cold was all that I had, but you looked at the scars in the history and you left me anyway. You helped me see that I am more than a tool of my father's legacy. You gave me a version of peace that my family could never understand. Your heart is the most beautiful thing I've ever known. And if anyone ever dares to tell you otherwise, if anyone ever tries to make you feel small or unworthy, they'll have to answer to me. I would protect your heart with my life, just like Izuku would. You are our sanctuary, and we guard our sanctuary with everything we have. That's right, Shoto. Look at him being so protective, isn't he? But he's not wrong. You are so sweet, so understanding. You always look at the broken pieces of us and you decided we were just worth putting back together. I feel so blessed just to wake up and know you're in the same room as me. I don't think I could ever let you go. And I don't want to. And here's the thing. You know how since you came to the agency, you changed everything. The noise of the city, the pressure of the rankings, it's all just becoming background static. The moment you walked through that door, you didn't just give us a place to sleep. You gave us a reason to actually want to come home. Yeah, because people are always going to talk. They wonder why the two of us suddenly seem more grounded, or why we don't let the politics or the safety commission get under our skin as much. They don't understand that we found something more important than their approval. We don't care what the world thinks or our arrangement, as long as we have this. Because if anyone dares to say anything else, or makes you feel less than perfect, or tries to cast a shadow on what we have, they'll find out exactly why we are the top of our class. He is not kidding. You know, I'm usually the one who handles everything with a smile. I'm always patient with everyone else, and I just let them just pass it by. But with you, it's different. I'm not going to be as patient. Anyone who tries to bring a frown to your face is playing a very dangerous game now. And you're wondering what we would do if anyone would hurt you or make you feel less than what you deserve. They wouldn't even get close enough to try. I'd have them pinned against the next wall before they could even blink. As for taking something from you, something without permission, they would find out that some things are far too expensive to steal. We don't share well when it comes to the things we love. You think we're dramatic, huh? Maybe. But we mean it. You have no idea how much you have changed the frequency of our lives. Because we will do anything to make sure you feel as good as you make us feel.